Well, I just finished a meal here at Pujari Fishland on the Mysuru-Bengaluru highway. We've tasted a bunch of dishes here. The silverfish puli munchi, the silverfish rawa fry, the bangude masala fry, the pomfret tava fry, the crab sukka and the etti, the prawn ghee roast. Definitely watch this episode till the very end. Namaskara folks, this is Kripal Amanna, Gourmet on the Road, and you're watching Food Lovers TV. Now I'm on the Mysuru Expressway. Actually, I am on the service road parallel to the expressway. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, time for lunch. I had a couple of options in mind, but I suddenly realized that there's a restaurant here that is hugely popular, 22,000 reviews on Google, and I haven't visited them yet. And this restaurant is called Pujari Fishland. Now, since I'm a Mangalorean, I have a bit of a block when it comes to eating seafood in Mysuru, because when I'm thinking Mysuru, I'm not thinking seafood, I'm not thinking urda uta. So therefore I have not ventured out into this eatery, although it's very popular, but I have received the occasional recommendation, the occasional request and the query as to why I haven't visited this place yet. So therefore I've decided lunch today will be at Pujari Fishland here on the Mysuru-Bengaluru highway, just about 10 or 15 kilometers away from Mysuru. What an impressive entrance. Well, that's not a sight that you see every day. Two chimneys parked side by side, given how few chimneys are actually sold in this country. I quite like the entrance that you make here with the bonsais. There's a Buddha statue here and some classic cars. There's a Fiat 1100, Morris Minor. Oh, there's also a bull here. Huh? I guess when you're on the highway, you've got a family with you, you've got kids, this would also make for a nice place to stop, and I can now understand the reason for the popularity of this place. This certainly makes for an interesting welcome to the restaurant. Kitchen is right here, and there's a board here displaying all the seafood that they have, right from anjal to pomfret to prawns, kane, bangude, silverfish, butai, bondas, katla and more. Namaskara. ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಇದು ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟಿಗೆ?
25 years ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು 10 years ಆಗಿದೆ. ಮೊದಲು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿತ್ತು.
ಮೊದಲು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಸೇಮ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ.
Ah, bangude. Yeah.
Normally, bangda is not like but
A true fish lover will love a bangude.
Here from the coast.
Ah.
But this matches.
Yes. Well, that's great endorsement. Thank you. Enjoy your meal.
If you like fish,
I love fish.
one of the better places.
Yeah.
Better places.
Fantastic. What's your name? Full name?
Kamath.
Well, an endorsement from Dr. Girish Kamath. And you're from South Canada?
No, I'm from Kumta.
From Kumta. So, of course, you know your seafood very well. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you. Thank
Good
you.
day. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you. So take a look at what people are eating and also take advantage of conversations that you have with people to find out what you should be trying. So it's a fairly large restaurant. I'm told it seats about 1,000 people. So there are different sections, about 5 or 6. They also have sections where they have a bar operational too. So if you're the sort who would like something a little more stronger spirit-wise, well, you'll also have that. But what people come here for is the seafood. Keeping with the expanse of the place, there's also a fairly large menu which covers everything from Indian, Chinese and tandoor. But the speciality and what people seem to appreciate the most is the kudla style, the Mangalorean style seafood. Namaskara, sir.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಪಾಂಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಉಂಟು, ಬಾಂಗಡ ಉಂಟು, ಮತ್ತಿ ಉಂಟು, ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಉಂಟು.
ಪಾಂಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಪಾಂಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತವಾ ಫ್ರೈ ಇದೆ, ಮಸಾಲಾ ಫ್ರೈ ಇದೆ, ಡೀಪ್ ಫ್ರೈ ಇದೆ, ರವಾ ಫ್ರೈ ಇದೆ.
ಪಾಂಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತವಾ ಫ್ರೈ ಕೊಡಿ. ಕಡಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ?
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಬಂಗುಡೆ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹೌದು, ಬಂಗಡೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇದೆ. ತವಾ ಮಸಾಲಾ ಫ್ರೈ ಇದೆ.
ತವಾ ಮಸಾಲಾ ಫ್ರೈ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ.
ನೀರು ದೋಸೆ, ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಗೀ ರೋಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗ್ತದೆ.
ಸುಕ್ಕ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹೌದು, ಚಿಕನ್ ಸುಕ್ಕ, ಮಟನ್ ಸುಕ್ಕ.
ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಬ್?
ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದೆ, ಸೀ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಬ್ ವೈಟ್.
I think let's try the crab sukka too. Crab sukka kodi.
ಒಂದು ಪಾಂಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ತವಾ ಫ್ರೈ, ಒಂದು ಬಂಗಡ ತವಾ ಮಸಾಲ ಫ್ರೈ ಇವತ್ತು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾನ್ ಗೀ ರೋಸ್ಟ್, ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ದೋಸೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಬ್ ಸುಕ್ಕ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ನಾವು ಇದು ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸಿಲ್ವರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಕರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ರವಾ ಫ್ರೈ ಇದೆ.
ರವಾ ಫ್ರೈ, ರವಾ ಫ್ರೈ. We can eat the whole fish. On rava fry korle. I think there's a lot of food that we've ordered, but first time here at Pujari Fishland, the original Pujari Fishland. You will see a lot of fishlands all over the place, but this has been around for the last
25 years.
25 years. So all the fishlands that you will see all over the place on all the highways have taken inspiration from here. Allah? So for a place to be relevant even 25 years on and still draw its share of customers, notwithstanding the fact that the highway has changed. It's a new highway now. People have to make that effort to come here. That means there must be something to it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Silverfish rawa. Crab sukka.
ಬಂಗಡ ತವಾ ಮಸಾಲ ಫ್ರೈ.
Bangude tava masala fry. What is special dish ಇದು? ಏನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ?
ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮಸಾಲ ಫ್ರೈಗಿಂತ ಇದು ಮಸಾಲ ಫ್ರೈ, ಇದರ ಬೇರೆ ಮಸಾಲ ಸರ್. ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ತವಾ ಮಸಾಲ ಫ್ರೈಗೆ ಸೆಮಿ ಗ್ರೇವಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
Semi gravy, very nice. Prawns ghee roast with some godambi. Fantastic. Neer dosa. Well, all the food has come out in a hurry. I've got the silverfish here, which is a rawa fry. I've got the bangude special masala fry today. There is the crab sukka and also a ghee roast. The ghee roast prawn, which is embellished with tons of godambi, and a portion of tellau dosa, neer dosa. Make a beginning with the silverfish. I love the manner in which the fish has been fried. Very dry. There's barely any oil that I see on my fingers. There's a bit of the crunch of that batter, and then you very quickly sink into the fish. That fish is nice and crusty. So the silverfish, also known as the bulunjir in Mangalore, is a sort of fish that you consume whole. What's also nice is the ratio between the batter and the fish inside. It's a tiny fish, and sometimes when you order it in this preparation, you're basically biting more or less into the rawa only. But out here, the rawa is just serving to contain, to hold within itself the silverfish. The bulunjir. There's also a chutney here, green chutney, that you can also dip into. That's a spicy chutney. I'm tasting the flavor of the green chili. I'm tasting the punch, the heat of the green chili in that. Next we should reach for one of the neer dosa and some of that ghee roast. There's plenty of the godambi that's been garnished on top, and there's also some of the fried onions that I'm seeing in this ghee roast preparation. I want to taste that masala. Definitely tasting the flavor of the tuppa, and the masala is quite nicely rounded. Oh, pomfret kuda bantu. Fantastic. Our pomfret tava fry is also here. That's a plump specimen of the pomfret here. I think the pomfret is shallow fried, and therefore it's quite crusty, quite kadak in its appearance. Some curry leaf that I'm tasting there, perhaps in the garnish. The flavor of the fried onion too is coming quite nicely. The masala is quite well rounded. Bit of warmth. There's also a bit of the huli that I'm tasting from the tamarind. Let's now taste that prawn. So the prawn here is not really very big in its size. I love the flavor of the tuppa that is coming through. The sort that would go very well with some neer dosa. So every place that you try a ghee roast will have its own recipe, will have its own version. This is one where you're tasting the flavor of the fried onions and the curry leaf that comes in that garnish. The masala though is quite well rounded, just with a little bit of the sourness that comes from tamarind. The prawns are fine. Is this the finest specimens of prawns I've tasted? Well, perhaps not, but the sort that comes together rather nicely in that ghee roast masala. That's the curry leaf, the flavor of which you will taste through that ghee roast. I think next we should go for some of that pomfret. So So that masala also has some curry leaf that's encrusted on the skin of that pomfret. Oh, that's a kadak tawa fry. The fish is white, pristine white. That is delicious. I think both the fries that we've tasted, be it the bolingir fry and now this pomfret tawa fry, are the sort that have hit the spot. The masala is crusty on the center, but the fish is still moist within. Busy there. This is hot. You can see the steam emanate from that fish. This is delicious. When the fish is fresh, there's very little that the kitchen needs to do other than treat it with a lot of respect. Make sure that the masala doesn't overpower the fish, because the pomfret has a lovely, delicate flavor of its own. The flavor that comes from the deep sea. Superb. Not spicy in the least, because they roast the fish for a while on the tawa. Some of the heat of that masala tends to get toned down. That pomfret tawa fry was delicious. Time now to taste another special out here. This is the mackerel bangude tawa fry. This of course has plenty more masala as opposed to the pomfret. The fish too is nice and thick. The curry leaf is a dominating factor in all the masalas here. This masala is a lot punchier. I'm tasting the flavor of that tamarind. The sourness that perhaps comes from a tamarind or vinegar as well, because in South Canara we also use a fair bit of vinegar when it comes to our fish fries. That masala is delicious. I'm also tasting somewhere a bit of the other ingredients that go into that masala paste. That masala is delicious. All that you need with this is some red rice or some neer dosai. The bangude is also a very meaty fish. It's a fish that is quite rich in the oils. So therefore you also need a masala that is strong enough to be able to contain its flavors within its embrace. And this masala that I'm tasting, with a good balance of the heat, with some of the depth of flavor that comes from the other ingredients, perhaps like the coriander, etc. that goes into it, certainly has that, along with that touch of sourness that comes either from the tamarind or the vinegar. So good. Now once you get past the masala, you're also tasting the character, the flavor, the slightly oily flavor of that mackerel, the bangude. This is also the sort of place that gets fairly busy. This isn't really about a quiet sort of a meal. You come here when you're on the road, you feel like eating some seafood, you want a place where you can eat some great food and also relax for a bit. Well, that's the sort of place that Pujari Fishland is. The quality of the fish fries, the bolingir, bangude and that pomfret, though are the sort that could easily tempt one to make the drive from Bengaluru all the way to Mysuru. Time now to taste some of that crab, the crab sukka. The crab is fine, though to a Mangalorean like me, the flesh is not flaky, which is what you're typically looking for in a good sea crab. It's a little less than flaky, but that sukka masala is quite nice. Loads of the flavor, the sweetness that comes from the coconut. You're tasting the character of the mensenkai that must have gone into it. I guess when you're in Mysuru and you feel like eating some crab, well, I guess this would suffice. Curry ಏನಿದೆ?
Silver puli munchi.
Silver puli munchi curry. Boiled rice ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ.
Okay.
Thank you. I've not eaten a silverfish in a curry in a very long time. And he said he's got a puli munchi, which is the puli is sour, munchi is chili. Tamarind and chili curry, a sour and hot curry. I said, why not? With some red rice. That flesh has soaked up the flavor of that masala rather nicely. When you leave your plate on the table after you're finished with the crab, the sign of a good crab eater is if you don't recognize the fact that there was a crab on the plate at all. Silver puli munchi. Very nice. Boiled rice. nothing to end your meal like some good kudla, the boiled rice, and some fish curry, the silver puli munchi. That's a masala that is kadak. That Bolangir is pristine in its freshness. This place has been open for 25 years and I've been in Bengaluru for over 25 years. But I still hadn't made it here for all the reasons that I mentioned earlier in the video. But if I knew that this was the overall level of the seafood that they serve here, I would have certainly made a stop here a long time ago. The masalas have just the right hit of the heat, the spice, the puli, just perfect. The ogarne of the saswe, curry leaf. Perhaps its punchiness may be a tad more here because I guess people out here like their food a little spicy, and therefore, for instance, you will find the Bolangi rawa fry with the spicy green chutney. But most of the dishes that we've tasted here has a soul of kudla. And I guess that's the reason why people flock to Pujari Fishland. So that's it for this seafood outing here on the Bengaluru-Mysuru highway. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong, and happy eating. Well, all that we tasted for 3,029 rupees. The pricing is the sort that offers good value for the spread that we've tasted here. Thank you. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page, and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As, and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Happy eating.